Welcome back, guys. I'm Todd, and this is Todd's Garage. This is part 4 of the Yamaha G1 build. Sorry this video took a little bit longer to come out than expected. I am trying to do the videos within every week or so, but the past week we had a snowstorm and stuff, and it just didn't work out. We did get some work done on the Yamaha. I got some work done on the Yamaha. I actually did have a little bit of help, so I will say we this time. So we got a decent amount done on it. As you can see, the shifter is actually hooked up. We got the fuel tank mounted, battery mounted. I'm actually in the process of doing the wiring right now because I have to cut the wiring and extend it to come up to the controls, the key switch, the headlight switch, all that kind of fun stuff. We did get a new master cylinder for the front brakes. Got it all bled and everything. I have to take the front calipers apart because the pins are frozen. So it's got really a squishy pedal and doesn't really stop that well. Minor details. We don't need to stop. It's all about going. It's all about the fun. Anywho, so we've got some more framing done on the back of this. So this is pretty supported. We do want to do a little bit more. Okay. It's coming along. So let's get to it. So the project for this time is getting all this wiring, all this spaghetti, laid out on the frame nicely, so nothing's stretched or anything, and everything kind of looks like it belongs there. And so it doesn't hit the exhaust or anything like that. We also got a electric fuel pump, this nice little guy here, which it pumps very low pressure. It's only like 2 to 3 pounds or 4 pounds or something like that. Because this is a regular carburetor with a float, a small carburetor, we can't add a lot of pressure to it. So this will get from our new fuel tank to the carburetor just fine, because these are actually meant for quads, UTVs, and stuff like that. So this will be perfectly fine with that. So we got the fuel pump mounted up, just got to wire it, got to finish all the wiring for the, obviously the quad, or the motor. Built a nice bracket there, hold the CDI box, got the rectifier over there, regulator, got a nice car battery, so that'll do nice. Crank this thing for days. Got the starter solenoid mounted over there. So now we're just in the process, I'm in the process of wiring everything and putting all the lights for the reverse, neutral, the headlights, tail lights, the start, kill, the headlight switch, the ignition switch, which is going to be on the dash here. Should be nice. She's coming a long way. And then once the wiring's done, we're going to make sure it runs. We're going to hook the throttle cable up and then take her for a spin, see what happens. Majority of the wiring is done, minus the fuel pump being hooked up and headlights and taillights, but that's for another time. So, let's see what happens. Got a light. Woo! She cranks. Alright, so now we're going to get the fuel system done, get the fuel pump hooked up, and we'll have this bad boy running in no time. We do have to finish the exhaust, and I'm going to clean up the rest of the wiring that's here. But it looks like we're doing good. Let's keep going. So we got the fuel tank half mounted. The fuel line started to run to the fuel pump. We got to go from the fuel pump up to the carburetor, and then the fuel system is done minus wiring in the fuel pump. So I got the wire. There's this brown wire here. This is actually what does power with the key on. So I'm going to put a relay on the other side by the regulator over there to power the fuel pump, because I don't want to put that much strain through the ignition switch. And then once we do that, we can turn her over and see if she pops. I am going to change the oil before we do anything else, and change the filter. I was actually able to get a Wix filter, and we got some nice Valvoline ATV 1040. Very nice. So a little reason on why I have been delayed a little bit is because of this bad number right here. So a buddy of mine asked me to fix up his truck, so I've been kind of busy trying to mess with this, get this all set up and ready for him. All we're doing with this is just getting it running. It's been sitting for quite a few years. It's never been started. Believe it or not, it's a brand new motor. I know it doesn't look like it, but you know, chrome valve covers, they just don't last. But otherwise, this is this is my reasoning for not working on the golf cart as much. I've been kind of doing the golf cart in my off time, and it's been a real quick thing, small little thing here, small little thing there, not something that was worth recording. But we're getting there, so let's get her going. Alright, so the pump's pretty much well wired in, so let's turn the key on and see if she chug a lugs. Alright, let's get a little fuel in this thing. Alright, so I thought we had more gas in our gas cans, but let's see if she pumps anything. Well, it pumps. So that's cool. Let's see if she fires. There's no exhaust on it, so it's going to be loud. That's okay though. Exhaust manifold bolts are broken. So I gotta start trying to drill that out. Of course, it's flush with the head. Not like I can't just weld a bolt onto it and get it out. I mean, technically I could, but I'm not gonna do that. Everybody else should build a golf cart like this. seems like it'll be a fun machine when it's all done. I mean, of course it's going to be a fun machine. That thing's awesome. Alright, so while that molasses is taking forever to freaking come out, let's move on to the exhaust manifold. Yay.